Hey guys, this is Bill from TFL Chat Room. It's actually Saturday, July 23rd. I'm doing my Apple update using volume profile analysis that I've been doing now for this 5 days. I'm going to do it for 30 days through the month of July and into the month of August and just kind of track a single stock chart using volume profile analysis and see how we do. This is the weekly chart, and that's what I've been starting with every single time. Noting again this red candle here on high volume through this volume profile area over here, this high volume profile area over here. So this has been the last few weeks. What I want to focus on is this week, and this week we have down here probably I would say lower than average volume for the week, just doing a visual inspection of the volume bars here. So not a crazy volume. Again, this move up over the last 4 weeks on lower volume. So I'm not sure if that's sustainable heading into this high volume profile area over here, higher anyway, not as high as obviously this price down here. It's $76, but in this $100 price area, we have a pin bar is what essentially what we ended up with this week. And for me, the pin bar means it could be a reversal bar, if nothing else, a definite slowdown of this upward movement we've been having. This pin bar comes a week before earnings. Earnings is next week for Apple. So let's see what happens. This is just a review of the weekly. You could draw a trend line here on this weekly, obviously across these tops, and say you're not quite at the trend line, depending on where you draw it. So maybe there's some more room to go up before you go to the trend line. If you draw the trend line so it touches that area down there, you're almost there. These trend lines are a little ambiguous depending on who's drawing them. But we're approaching this area up here. I like areas where trend line and high volume profile areas meet. To me, that's some confluence. You have some supporting evidence, not just the high volume bars there. So we'll kind of see what happens. Let's drift over to the daily and look at this more carefully on the daily. Again, we had this pin bar from the day before, and this is essentially the bar that I went short on. And now here we have another short on a red volume bar down here. This is the Hawkeye volume bars I'm using down there. You could research that and find out what is green versus red, but essentially they're calling this buying volume and this selling volume. So all the way through this leg up, we had some decreasing a couple of days with increasing volume. And then this move down here. Now this may just be a pullback. I don't know that. My thought, and I'll look at this, I'll tell you about this when I get to the 15-minute chart, is that this will go down a little bit further. As I enter a trade, I start looking for areas to get out. So I'd like to draw a nice fib on this. And I just pretty much have 3 areas. So we'll keep this on as we look at the smaller time frame charts. I've been trading off pretty much a 15-minute chart. And here's that daily leg on a 15-minute chart. And you'll notice the volume profile bars. Again, the highest one is up here. And we went through this the other day, Thursday, and then it rejected all in one day. So I like this price action through this high volume bar here. And then, of course, Friday, we had this red bar to begin the day, a little bit of retrace, another decent red bar, another retrace, and then some more red bars. And finally, we finished down here. Not quite the low of the day, but just from this last daily red leg up on a 15-minute, we can see the volume profile over here. And it's stalling a little bit, at least on this daily leg up, on some high volume area. It went up and then down through it. There's this red bar right here that I like, going through that volume bar. This one right here on the 15-minute chart. You don't see the higher volume over here because we pulled a bunch of price away from the screen. But on if we go back to this leg up, try and move it over as much as possible so we can see there's this bar here coming down through. I like big bars as they approach these high volume profile bars over here. So as we look to see where this price might turn or something like that, we also have to keep in mind earnings over here on the 26th. So we have one more day of trading before earnings, I believe. So what I'd like to see is a move from this high volume bar to this high volume bar. If I see that on Monday, I'll go ahead and exit this trade. This is also at the 38 fib, so that would be great for me. It would be an awesome trade from, I think I got in somewhere around 99.75 to take that down to 97.40. That's a pretty good trade, and I did buy deep in the money put options with about an 85% delta. So that would actually be a pretty good trade. It'll be a couple $100, and I'd be very happy with that and close out of that and then see what happens. I'm willing to wait through earnings, and we'll just see what happens. So that's really kind of where we're at with Apple on the daily profile analysis video that I've been doing. Again, let's go back to the daily. And I'm just draw the fib on here again to look at some exit points. Looking at this last leg up on the daily. See where the high volume comes out. See the high volume mark on the daily is even here at 97.35. So to me, this is a good area. If we can get through this 98.75 area, I think we can get down to this 97.35 area pretty easily. I'm looking hopefully to do that on Monday. Again, it may not, and we'll see what happens with earnings next week. So that's it. Hope you guys are having a great weekend.